Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Don and Ron Monologue podcast. I am your solo host, Beau. Before we get into it today, we want to thank our longtime sponsor, longtime supporter of the show, Ashley Luann K. You can follow her on Instagram at the Minnesota Nurse. That's all one word, all lowercase. Check her feed out for some awesome nursing content. Guys, let me readjust my mic here. Apologize about that. Guys, so... wow. Okay. I get excited about WarCraft. So I told you guys about WarCraft II and how that made some really good memories with my dad. And so 8 or 6 or 7 years passed, and we're looking at the first computer game I remember being hyped for. And it actually taught me a lesson in how to be hyped for computer games. And that was WarCraft III. Guys, WarCraft III Reign of Chaos was a huge release. Massive. Donald Trump couldn't hyperbole this too large. I really want someone to do a Donald Trump WarCraft 3 announcement video now. I think that'd be pretty funny. But nothing compared for me on PC like WarCraft 3 did. It came out in 2002. I was a sophomore in high school, and I had a driver's license. So the day came out, I got in my 1995 Chevy Lumina, and I rolled down that highway to Boonville, walked into Walmart, and I purchased the one with Thrall on the cover. I took it home, and it wouldn't work when I installed it. The installation always failed, something. And I was stupid enough in computers back then that even though I'd been messing with them ever since I was a little kid, I was still dumb enough to be like, maybe I got a bad disk. Took it back to Walmart, gave him my receipt, said I needed a different copy. I walked back, and the WarCraft 3 Reign of Chaos came with 4 different covers. You had, for each faction, you had the Undead with Kel'Thuzad. Was Kel'Thuzad on the Undead cover, or was it Death Knight Arthas? That's right, Death Knight Arthas was on the Frozen Throne. That's what I'm thinking of. And that was the only cover for the Frozen Throne. So yeah, it was Kel'Thuzad on the Undead. It was Arthas on the Alliance, Thrall on the Horde, and I believe it was either just a Sentinel or it may have actually been Tyrande on the Night Elf. Anyway, this time I picked up the Arthas one. I just grabbed the next copy that was on the thing. I took it up to the lady, and she was like, she got really, really, really nasty with me. She was like, "Do you think I'm stupid? This ain't the same game." And I got pretty fed up with that lady pretty quick because I was like, "Ma'am, no, they did a release of 4 different covers," and she said, "You ain't gonna pull nothing over me. Yep, I'm not the one. I'm not the one, son. Take it back. Take it back. Get the same game." So I did, and this one didn't work. So I waited till the next day to take this one back because I kind of wanted a different cover by then anyway. And I did this a couple times before realizing that my computer was just out of date. I was very disappointed about it. And Dad, the same week, just happened to decide that we needed to upgrade the computer because we were still on a Windows 98 that we had for a couple of years. And we didn't really know anything about cleaning up our computer to make it run better. We just bought a new computer every so often because Dad liked computers as much as I did. So we actually got our first XP machine because of this, and it may have been a long time before that happened. Might not have been the same week. Either way, we got an XP machine, and my favorite memories of computer gaming are on this XP machine. This is where I did all my awesome RPGs, my computer RPGs, all this stuff. I loved that XP machine. I still love Windows XP. I still use the default wallpaper, the rolling hills, and XP sounds are extremely nostalgic for me. Just, I remember getting themes. Do you remember themes on your computer? where like your start menu button would change and stuff like that. Like they still do those. How does it work with the new menus? No, it's not because they're completely different menus. But whatever. Like I really feel like the 30-year-old boomer right now. Like XP. No, there was an operating system. I think the final service pack of XP allowed like 3 gigs of RAM by the end of it. Like the seriously? Oh. But anyway, that's weird that you remember that. Oh, true, true. But anyway, enough about Windows XP. I finally got to install WarCraft 3. But in the meantime, I got to enjoy this manual, and holy crap, the WarCraft 3 manual is just as cool, if not cooler than the WarCraft 2 one. Man, we got a ton of new lore. We heard all about the War of the Ancients. We heard about the Titans. I was pumped. By the time I could install and play this game, I was pumped. And man, WarCraft 3 just did not disappoint. WarCraft 3 was the perfect mix of... and what I liked was Blizzard perfected the RTS with StarCraft. I'm pretty sure Brood War is still more popular than 2 in certain parts of the world. Yeah, especially in South Korea, I'm being told. That's why they did StarCraft Remastered, wasn't it? To make more money off StarCraft? Yeah. So they had so they didn't really want to make another pure RTS. They made an RPG RTS, and it just worked beautifully. The voice acting, the music, the level design, the missions. WarCraft 3 just hits on all of them. And I'm telling you all that to tell you something here in a second. And so I read through the manual religiously. I still read through the manual every once in a while because I love the lore inside of it. I love this pre-retcon delicious lore. It's so good. And so I remember getting into the game, and I remember playing it for hours and hours and hours. And I hated the Horde in WarCraft 2. But I started to love and to this day, I can't fully commit. I'm more Alliance. I play more Alliance tunes, but I can't fully commit to Alliance or Horde anymore because I see both sides of the story. One of my favorite characters in all of fantasy is Thrall. If you haven't read the book about Thrall, read that about when he was when he was a gladiator. Just awesome. So Warcraft 3 perfected this kind of new RTS that we really haven't seen again. I think a lot of people tried to imitate it, but you haven't really seen it again fully. And I'm telling you how perfect Warcraft 3 was to warn you away from Warcraft 3 Reforged. Absolutely ruined it. Retconned story elements. It changed things. I'm probably going to give it a playthrough one day, if for no other reason than to warn you guys exactly how bad it is. But a lot of really trusted friends have warned me that it will really upset me as a diehard Warcraft 3 fan. And I don't want to be hurt like that. But so Warcraft 3 really made me... I already loved Warcraft more than I knew I did even, and Warcraft 3 proved that to me. But it made me a diehard Warcraft fan. I loved it. I didn't have internet when WoW came out, but I still feverishly read lore from it just to keep up with it. And that's the main reason I play WoW to this day. I love this setting. I love the world it's been put in. Just thank you, Blizzard creative team, before Activision. I still play Warcraft 3. I still put it in and play it to this day. An interesting thing to do is play StarCraft 2 and then play Warcraft 3 and just feel how much slower that gameplay is. It's much more methodical, much more slower. You're much more scared to lose a unit because it's going to take forever to get that son of a gun back. And there's a lot of... for instance, in StarCraft 2, in StarCraft 2, you can have as many units controlled at one time as you want, right? Just swipe them and get them. Just Control A and get them. In StarCraft Brood War, it was 12. But on the PC, you can only do 12? Odd. But in 2, it's just no, Control A is attack, isn't it? Gotcha. The you hotkey, but anyway. So, but Warcraft 3 boosted the number of I think 16. You could have 16 units controlled at a time in Warcraft 3. But most of the time, that would almost always include your hero unit or hero units. It was you had to hotkey squads. It was a very different game. In Warcraft 3, the legacy of it extends even beyond it. MOBAs came from Warcraft 3. Dota, the first MOBA ever, Defense of the Ancients, was a Warcraft 3 mod where you were defending the Ancients. Bunker Wars. So Warcraft 3's influence goes well beyond Warcraft 3, even if that makes sense. It goes beyond its base game. I mean, Dota 2 is one of the most popular esports in the world, and it's a direct result of a mod of Warcraft 3. Warcraft 3, I think, is still a fairly large esport. I think it's huge. I think it's more huge in China than it is here in the U.S. It's a really big. It may be bigger than StarCraft in China, if I'm not mistaken. But Reforged was a huge disappointment, but it won't ever change the fact that Warcraft 3 was so special and held such a good. It still holds such a good place in my heart. I like Warcraft 2 better because of the memories, but objectively speaking, Warcraft 3 is the better game. It's my favorite real-time strategy game of all time. I might be playing it tonight and calling into work tomorrow. But I strongly suggest you play it. It is available on the Blizzard's Classic Store. Copies are very easily purchased on eBay. The copy I play, the only game nowadays that I still put a CD-ROM in because I want to play the original version. I do not want to play, even though on my Blizzard account I do have the classic Warcraft 3 purchased. I'm going to play Reforged someday. Hopefully it's when I'm streaming. When I'm doing that, I'll stream Warcraft 3 Reforged for you guys, but I'm not looking forward to it. But anyway, guys, if you like what you saw today, please like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends about us. Word of mouth is going to be the best way to get this out there. Most importantly, I just want you guys to stay safe, you know? We'll see you tomorrow.